Hi there, I'm Angie Whitinger.
And I'm Tim Tialdo. The 38th International IBEW Convention has officially come to a close. But Angie, I'd say it's really been a phenomenal week here in Vancouver.
And we've met some amazing people along the way, and more importantly, watched as leaders made wise decisions that will benefit hundreds of thousands of members across the U.S. and Canada.
An IBEW convention shows that we can come together and we can work together to do what's right for this great brotherhood of ours. I congratulate all of you because you are now part of IBEW history. What we've done here today, what we have done this week, and what we have said here is all go down on the record. It's now part of the legacy. But more important, it's the basis on which we're going to build the future. You've made your voices heard. You have voted on the direction that this great union is going to go. You've had represented your members very well. Thank you. Thank you for having the courage to do what was best for the future of this brotherhood. Thank you for your support and your friendship. And thank you, too, for being my toughest critics. We didn't get to be a great union by agreeing with one another all the time. We share common principles and a common bond. We share the bonds of brotherhood. But as we confront the toughest issues in the most difficult period in recent history, we're not going to always agree, and we're not going to always be on the same page. That's a good thing. Believe me, it is. I can deal with that personally. The most important thing is that once all the heat and the smoke is cleared, we move forward together. We've heard a common theme from every one of our speakers. If we stand still, we die. If we don't change what's not working, then we are condemning ourselves to a slow death. Brothers and sisters, we will not die. We have survived 120 years, and we intend to be around another 120 years, and 120 years beyond that. We are the IBEW. We are truly a brotherhood beyond borders.
Beyond borders. It was an appropriate theme for this convention as American and Canadian members came together to find ways to strengthen the IBEW. But there were some special guests here from borders even further away who were just as motivated to grow the labor movement.
Io sono il segretario generale della FLAE.
I am the Secretary General of the FLAE, the most representative electrical workers union in Italy.
Secretary General Carlo Damasi traveled from Rome to not only speak before delegates, but also meet with President Hill to discuss how the Italian Federation of Electrical Workers can work with the IBEW.
Quindi oggi siamo voluti essere.
We will never forget what the IBEW and the American labor movement did for us in that time after World War II. And so part of one of the reasons why we are here is to build the relationship with regards to globalization and to return the favors.
Also here for his third IBEW convention in a row was Peter Tighe, the National Secretary of the Australian Communications, Electrical and Plumbing Union.
The industrial problems that you face in both countries are probably pretty consistent, so you can get an idea, learn some lessons.
National Secretary Tighe also spoke about massive resource and utility sector projects on the horizon in Australia.
It's going to leave us with probably shortages of electrical workers. In excess of 1,000 odd electrical workers will have to come into Australia. And that's with full employment of all of our members. So we're looking to get an arrangement in place where we get the best skilled workers in the world. And we certainly know that the US system of training, the one that's facilitated by the IBEW along with NECA, produces a good journeyman, and we'd rather have highly skilled workers coming in here.
While plans are still in the beginning stages, the leadership is hopeful that a working relationship with unions beyond our borders will further benefit the IBEW brotherhood.
IBEW's work in the U.S. and Canada has been so critical to the advancement of countless workers and their families. And your efforts are needed now more than ever as we continue to fight for our economic recovery and the rights of all working men and women. We have to build roads and bridges to put Americans back to work. We have to strengthen our manufacturing sector to make our country more competitive. And we have to invest in education and training so our young people have the skills to fill good paying jobs. We need to rebuild America, and I know that the IBEW is ready to get to work.
The 38th International Convention is now a part of the IBEW's rich history.
But before we go, we want to help you relive the history that not only you made this week as a unified brotherhood, but we want to help you relive those memories and experiences that will live in the minds of IBEW delegates for years to come.
Let the torch be a symbol of light, goodness, decency, solidarity as we move our brotherhood forward this week.
And this great convention is yet another reminder that we truly are a brotherhood beyond borders.
Like the electricity that you harness to bring to the rest of the world, you are one and you're with strength.
It's beyond explanation. It's just a warmth. Everyone's so happy and cheerful.
When I came here, the thing I first found was I'm used to knowing everybody on site. But when I looked around here, I hardly knew anybody. And then the greatest thing about it was, before I knew it, even though I'm thousands of miles from home, I'm like I'm home anyway.
Brothers and sisters, if you want a better IBEW, demand it. If you want a better IBEW, work for it. If you want a better IBEW, then join me to regain our place in history.
Let your neighbor know exactly what's happening to you, what's exactly happening to the middle class, and don't be afraid to stand up and talk about shared sacrifice and giving the middle class a chance to fight again in our country. That has to be your contribution.
I am very excited to go back with all the enthusiasm that we've had on the floor and just get organized and just bring it on.
We came to convention because no matter what I've done in the last 6-7 years, the convention in Cleveland was one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and this is it. This is the epitome of the IBEW. It really is. I love it.
A lot of education, a lot of pens, a lot of friends. I just had a real nice time. This is my first time being a delegate. I've been an alternate before, but it's my first time ever being a delegate. So I'm sitting on the floor. I'm really excited. It's a lot of exciting news, a lot of exciting speakers, and it's just new, all new to me, and I'm having a good time.
After being at this one, I definitely want to go out of town for one. I mean, I don't want to miss one ever again.
It's just a fantastic experience. This is my first convention, and I'm really blown away.
Absolutely terrific. I mean, the convention center's been great. The hospitality's been absolutely terrific. The people friendly. You got a very nice city to be proud of.
It's been phenomenal. Great experience. It's my first time here as a delegate, and I'm very proud to represent our membership.
I'm going to take away a feeling of fraternal brotherhood across the borders. I'm going to try and get more young people involved.
All the camaraderie of all the guys getting together here. Had a great time, all locals from all over the country. It was unbelievable.
We're all one, and that's the way it felt.
Just being on the floor and feeling the enthusiasm of all the delegates, everything has been fabulous.
We are the IBEW. We are truly a brotherhood beyond borders. Thank you very much. Have safe travel home.